Over at the lower house, majority solons support the president's position that pork barrels should be abolished. There is also a growing consensus for a new fund appropriation system that has safeguards against misuse and abuse. This report by Freddie Abando.
It was back to work for members of the House after yesterday's 1 million march expressing the growing national sentiment to abolish the Priority Development Fund. It was business as usual. A great majority of the 292 members of the lower chamber support the investigation of the 10 billion peso Jeanette Apollo sports scam and the recent COA report which disclosed that 74 lawmakers exceeded their PDAF allocations from 2007 to 2009. There is also a growing consensus in support of the President's decision to abolish the PDAF and institute reforms to make it more transparent and sweep it up. The independent bloc filed a resolution calling on the President to certify the abolition of the PDAF as a priority measure.
Right now, the most important thing for me, lalong-lalo na sa new congressman, is yung RIP pork. Reveal, investigate, prosecute. That's very important to me dahil talagang nagbago ko yung perception, hindi lang sa PDAF, pero yung perception ng institution. And as a new congressman, the integrity of the institution is very important to me.
It depends on the policy of the government, of President Aquino, because we, especially the neophytes, we have not experienced yet using it. But of course, we have experience using it in partnership with the Office of Senator Trillanes, and we see the significance of and the importance of the pork, shall we say, the PDAF, to the less privileged. But again, we will not object if this is abolished.
Why should the entire institution suffer? Why should their constituents be denied of the benefits from the PDAF due to the misdeeds and sins of a few? These were just some of the many questions raised by first and second termers in the House.
My take on the pork or on the PDAF, it's a way for the representatives to address the needs of the constituents in a way that the government can. But being a good soldier, I will follow what the president decides. So if he says abolish the pork, then fine, we abolish the pork.
That would be unfair, primarily because I don't think it is correct to say that every congressman is corrupt and make a sweeping statement. So for sure, there are others, and I'm sure majority of us really put to good use the funds being given by the national government to our constituents.
To many, reforms is the key in retaining a mechanism or system which will do away with corruption if the PDAF will be retained in the proposed 2014 national budget. They support the line item budgeting proposed by the President. All programs and projects will be identified and listed in the budget under consideration by the House. Implementation is to be executed by line agencies of the national government. Congresswoman Lenny Robredo proposed that each solon form a division so to determine how the funds will be spent, after which a performance review will take place.
I definitely support the President in making it more transparent. I think I've seen how it has worked for my constituents and for the marginalized. Ang issue naman doon taga dito hindi naman yung pork barrel, maski ano pong para ibigay natin dyan, kung ang mga taong mag-implement ay wala sa hulog, yan pa rin ang mangyayari dyan.
I would want sana to convert it into a sort of a development tool na palagay ko kung nabubuhay yung asawa ko, ganito din yung gagawin niya. Kaya in my own district, yung gagawin ko sanang formula, gagawin siyang sort of a performance incentive fund, pero bottom-up budgeting yung process.
For the People's Television Network, this is Freddie Abando reporting.